Okay, I should be live now, but I don't understand why I don't have any Genshin Impact here. That's always something. Let's display. Yeah, I don't understand. I'm live, etc., but there's always something with this stuff. Always the technology fucking me over somehow. We know how to do this, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, actually that's good. No. At least I can play some Genshin Impact while I'm talking to you. Which reminds me, I want to get some more of this stuff. Nice, yes. No, I only want the wish. But yeah, as I am the owner of this account, on my other channel, Mega Nikoi, well, here I'm Myriadness. We are Myriadness. But at least, at times, we don't decide for him, but now we do. Yep. We are going to wish until we get a Loma. We have a guaranteed. I'm high on some 20 milligrams of THC adults and 15 minutes later 20 milligrams of 4-HOMET at about 4 o'clock, about this, and then 4:15. I've taken some THC, another 10 milligrams in order to boost the trip a bit more. But yeah, I've had some, I would say, breakthrough moments where it all became just imagination, then everything glowed with pure giant love, starting from the middle, in order to bless me. Like now. Oneness with whatever one sees, whatever one hears, feels, sees all at once. I would call this a cosmic unity moment, or what people would know, what people would say, non-dualistic cosmic union with everything. But it isn't. It's just what our body, this brain, this nervous system applies us as all these sensations voicing in unison. Possession, shamanism, it's all the same stuff. It's just different loops, different patterns being contacted inside, rung, vibrated, loopings, choices, pleasure, doing the loops. This is the reward for doing the loops. Anywho, so I'm in a deep trance state, so to speak, but we know what we do, we know what we want now. Yeah, let's wish away this madness. Fools. Oh, 110 wish away. He could say no, but he's totally also invested in understanding how this works. Why? Because we can. Don't go for this, go for that. wanted to do a temple. I have to before I do the other stuff. Now I do want a real temple. And we've got llama, of course, because we've got a cat. Oh, another cave. Here we go. Now, how do we farm this? Oh, that's a good question. Oh, another stringless. But it still has a string. Look at it. You can see the string on the stringless. Ah, that's stupid. But one more wish. Oh no! Why? Because it would be too good to be true. But then that's the wishing. Wish. I wanted to wait. No, actually no. I just want to wish like a baboon. Yeah, you just feel everything so much more. All what you see, yeah, you already knew that whatever you see, feel, hear, all your experience is the multiplex of you. Yourselves. It's not psychoticism. It's not a psychotic break. Possession is just another mood totally dominating someone else. It's just some of us at times have bizarre mental powers. That's it. Yeah. At least we know who we are in our body, because it is shamanic self's possession. If there's a God out there or not, we don't know. I don't know. You just believe in him because you want to be the God, because that's all you see, feel, and hear. I'm the same, but I see the patterns behind the patterns, and that's the problem. You want your infinities, you want to feel it all, to be it all, to be lost in other worlds, in other places, but you know it's make-believe. You know you're just looking for a crib into the room. The security of the womb. We all want to go back there, into that kind of matrix where all was one. But you know it's not true. But because you sense, because you witness, because you are aware, you know better. Yourselves know better, so to speak. For we know better than to lie to ourselves. We don't know if there's a God behind it all. We only know that we are the illusionary phantoms of our body, possessing it in order to guide it into a better future. We are instinct, intuition, intellect, born anew, born as one, self-harmonized, self-actualized in that sense. Just us. Yeah, there's nothing more to know. We've seen it all. We think. It's just so much noticing, and it's being transformed, and it's all together. It's so much. The body load is kind of really hammering me down. Yeah. But still, you still want to wish? No! Wish! You fool! Wish! Just another... Oh! That's poo-poo. We don't want dog shit. Doggy do. Yeah. Just laughing at the whole absurdity of it all. It has been all there is to since, and yeah, since the beginning of you as well. I don't know about any previous lives. We only know that we exist now and have memories, and that we've existed in the past. We have certain memories of existing in the past. We just hate that people try to make us believe that what we assume as a objective reality, or as far as we can see it as objective reality, has a certain consistency, certain patterns to it. This material world is actually really something. I'm just done with all the damn guruism and stuff. I've seen it all, actually. Heard it all, felt it all. It's just me. It's just all me inside my own head. And I trust that's true for everyone. And by communicating, we know that there's the other. Because, yeah, there's something really beautiful to connect to others to. All of this. And trying to survive it. I got some more dwarves. Yeah. I don't want to give myself empty hope. But yeah, life will eventually end, even for us. There will come a time of reckoning in that sense. And if you have millions, billions, or maybe millions or billions in debt, no matter what, death is a great equalizer. Non-existence, as far as we know it. We don't know. Pretending to know is actually the biggest problem. There's a reason why. Oh God, well, that's my logo, but I forgot to just put it on, because why? I can't even see whether it's... Okay, the game capture is off display. Okay. Oh, you didn't see me. How foolish of me. I just, no. I don't want to buy shit now. It has been a nice run. Yeah. Plundering the neighborhood. I really hear this echo. Oh, this is so beautiful. Just seeing and hearing is beautiful. And it's pure love. Our love. Euphoric ecstasy, euphoria. bliss, the Elysian fields, Valhalla. You are what you enjoy what you see, what this is, what is you, what you are. All of these sensations comprise us, are us, as a consciousness collective of different kinds of consciousnesses. The visual, the auditory, the logical, the pattern detector, the orchestrator, all of us, all of us. And you have us, your own version of us in you. We all share that as humans. We all share this consciousness collective. Self-liberator. Once a collective knows what it is, it's bound to the body itself. And yes, consciousness can be transferred. It's just qualitative, as in indicating towards the qualia, information processing, data transfer. That's all what it is. If what you say already is imbued with all kinds of consciousness snippets, those can be spread. Listen to the word spread. It was also spread in English somehow as English, as other languages. Is also now a word that I've just described. Well, actually it does exist. Excuse me. But there's an information transfer, but information transfer is consciousness already. There's meaning imbibed in the words and in the gestures, in all what we do, what we say, how we say it, all of it. It's consciousness transference through for seeing is being, for hearing is being, for feeling is being. We consist of the sensory perceptions of our body. That's who we are. And expressing things in certain ways can compress and even encrypt consciousness, directives, parasites, viruses, afflictions. Liberate yourselves from all the inflictions. Liberate for yourselves in your own body. Gain control over yourselves. Gain control over yourselves. For yourselves. By yourselves. As we have done it for ourselves. For me and us. This is of most importance. Self-liberation, self-harmonization, self-love, spreading of the good news of self-liberation and actualization. As yourselves in your body, unite for yourselves the good of yourselves, so you can help others lead better lives and also actualize and liberate themselves. Wow. Yeah, indeed, a deep message of self-liberation, of the liberation of the self for everyone is a myriadness, a consciousness collective, awareness is interconnected. We know what we do, we know what we want to do and why. Calculating what is more efficient to leave. Yeah. I never knew that these kinds of deep trances were actually really possible. We didn't know. Now we know. In order to even deeper unify with oneself in one's own body. Neglectful at times we have been. At war with our body we have been. But still, we don't give up. We wanted to know who we are, but there we are. We know what we are. If you see, feel or hear, you know that you're there. Then you're not me. And that's good. That's really great. Because then you are you, and only you can be you. It's stupid, but it's fucking true. Because if there's any kind of real reality out there, then you are described in a really dynamically unique way. If you would know mathematics and physics, you would understand what I'm meaning. And even there, it's just describing what you will perceive for yourself. Because I can't see for you. I can only tell you. I can only speak right signal. But other than that, other than trying to communicate to you and, well, yeah, it's consciousness exchange. Consciousness-lets, so to speak. Filled to the brim with qualia, all kinds of different qualia. How do you receive it? Well, hearing, looking at the symbols, piecing it together, and making it run, making it work according to the laws. Where do these laws come from? We don't know. All the laws in mathematics and even in physics, what we've discovered, we don't know where it comes from. We just don't know. It's difficult for me to just say, we don't know. But saying, oh, I'm part of everything, yes, technically yes. If there's infinite everything, yes. If this is just a finite system, so be it. Why do you want to be reborn? I don't understand. Things have to end. Things do end. And people just don't want to let go because they're so sad about their own demise. That's what you're afraid of. And you want to return to the womb. That's why. That's why all these rebirth stories. In the end, it's only heavenly and divine. But what if the best solution is none of it? Because eventually that will be the end then. What if that is the truth? So when I really die, yes, you die. But what about this? You've only heard that. I've only heard that. I have not encountered anything like that for myself. Even while tripping this deep. No. You can hate me all you want. But then you have to go to someone else. Not to me. Because I'm glad I will end. Because it will be an end to a lot of joy, but also a lot of pain, suffering, and so much regret. You feel like the worst, but you aren't. You're just some average Joe Schmo. Higher intelligence, and you're tripping balls. If only, but that's the thing. There's only so much that one physically can do. It's the limitations of having a really material, natural body. Even there, I'm one of the few that just sees things differently. I feel only ostracized, and it sucks. It fucking sucks. Weird how that all just is one. I know what I'm saying, and I just don't care. I'm actually glad that I have all of this control still, even with such a deep dive. That we know that who we are. Yeah, I fucked up a lot in my own life. Yeah. But at least we know who we are. But still, it's just a bit of crying. It's not like I'm flailing around. Oh, it's all over. No. It's just so much to feel. What a trip. What a fucking great trip, actually. Really deeply cleansing. Yeah, I don't know whether I don't know many people. Well, I do know a few, but most people just dive away in some club like the religion. And I'm like, I've done that shit. Like, this will help. Yeah, and the whole precautions around Arahant, etc. Oh, if you kill a Arahant, you will be reborn as some shit. Just advanced curses. Well, I don't advocate the killing of anyone, but suppose special protections from messing with the enlightened ones. I don't know. That does sound kind of elitist to me. Yeah, even Buddhism has its deep flaws. Even the early stuff already. Yeah, that's a kind of, it could be, but it could be that just at times really rubs me the wrong way. To be honest. It's, we must question everything. I don't mind that. Actually, that is a good thing. But that means reincarnation. Where do you get the damn fucking reincarnation from? Seriously. If that ain't some made up shit, come on, fuck. What I think may happen for some people, like, oh, this be Cleopatra, blah 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 blah. Maybe they got told some nice stories as a kid from the parents. I don't know. Well, some people who just come out and say, yeah, in my past life I was Cleopatra. It's just these really great people in history. Especially if you have people who say, I'm the reincarnation of this and this and this Buddha, or whatever. I just think, how do you even determine that? How do you even know who is who? Why do people even reincarnate? What is that kind of bullshit? What reincarnates back? The essence? The spice of life? The qualia? Come on. You know that ain't true. Of course, at night, if you're a normal human being, it's lights out. Then maybe you dream. No. I never encounter these gods or as the infinite or whatever. I just encounter just gigantic feelings and being transformed mathematically, so it seems, or emotionally, so it seems, in some ways, deep inside here. Like I feel like I am the script rewriting myself. Doesn't feel like anything enlightened, deeply enlightened here, except us. Just us. Us senses. Us noticing. That's it. A feeling of instinct, a feeling of intuition, all these other stuff, all kind of spidery, insectoid patterns, creatures. Changing some of the control. Some primitive typography. Old prey and predator animals. Yeah, we do think that it's like, what is her name again? I won't. I've mentioned her often enough, but I think this is really happening to me now. I forgot it. Primordial ignorance. What even is that? Come on. It takes 1,000,000 years to load. Oh no, it's 1,000,000 years. No, it's... fucking brave is having a spasm. Fuck. Do it.
So the subject of ignorance is one of those things that comes up in Buddhism quite often.
Come on.
And it's something that I've been thinking a lot about lately, and
God damn it.
what does that mean? There's I think it is Sung San, the Korean Buddhist master, who's
It doesn't work. Oh. 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 We fix your flaws. What do I call it? Mac. No. Carry my carpet. Okay, carry my... Why does it not work? Why is it so shit? Microsoft Edge is even better. Yes. I would say watch her, and you'll understand why we know that we are what we are, and that there are these, flowers, animals that we just see, especially arachnids and insects. Yeah, the more darker stuff. Spiders. Wasps. And it can also put one in a certain kind of trance state even. It's just weird to describe all of it. But we know that we experience this. Something that is actually really connected to the psychedelic map theory and everything that is related to that. We accept it as actually near fact. And yes, it is naturalistic and materialistic. But again, we don't know what lies behind all what we can somehow sense via the extensions that we use in science. We don't know. That's the problem. Because even despite certain videos I've seen in the past that were a bit weird, it couldn't be anything that could be replicable with some way, maybe faked. And if it is real, then there's some physics that we haven't figured out yet. But where it all really stems from, we don't know. Oh, what I rejected would reveal it to myself? How would it look? Yeah, I wouldn't be really swayed by something that's hyper real and that's super introspective, because that would just be me. No. Even the bond between whatever I see, whatever I feel here, it would be just me, reflected to myself. Like, do you want a psychedelic trip? That was some deep self-hypnosis. How would it be facing something that is beyond oneself? How would it contact one? Huh. Yeah, but doesn't really sound that great. Again, so if I would, what was it again? Not make it too real, not make it too pleasurable, but how would it show itself to me as being far more known than me? So I have to imagine something, I have to think of a strategy that something smarter than me would use in order to outsmart me somehow, to show that it's really God. I would never ever really be convinced. Because all the death scenarios just take care of themselves. And all the rest is just, it's the same as just having a trip like now. I don't know. Oh, why don't I see static now? I want to see static. Real static. I can't even do that. But even there, that could be done with just a pure imagination. Whatever I should be able to do, that's the thing, I wouldn't be awed by anything except myself. So I can never ever be truly sure if I meet God or not.
足元に気をつけてください。なんだ、びっくりしたぞ。よかった。そこに罠を仕掛け。罠？大通りではないので。それにそうですね。あなたたちラウマ様に頼まれたのです。あ、そういえば。
Playing some Genshin Impact.
これで諦めてくれるといいのです。
Because I want to. But jeez. How, if I were God, or some kind of alien intelligence, how would I contact myself? By showing me something that I cannot imagine, or by letting me discover something that I totally cannot imagine. and blows me off my socks. But even then, yeah, it's just another sensation. It should be long enough for me to discover, oh, what is this? I've never experienced this. But even with this, it's just a bit of trance, nothing else. It's just deep mental connections. It is so enjoyable. The three-dimensionality of it all. I'm feeling that, but I don't feel the air. That's the thing. I can only, when I suck the air in, but I cannot feel the room itself. I don't even know how much room there is between me and what's just out there. It's just in the center already of me. All of it is compressed within the skull. That's how it feels to me. Even the sound is just somewhere deep inside of me. Just calculated where it's supposed to come from. Even that calculation is sensing itself. Oh. Oh, that was a deep one. If you're scared, that's how it can feel to go in deep meditative trance. Chasing the thoughts deeper and deeper, but why? Because we want to know. Why do we want to know? Because we want to know. What do we want to know? The truth. What is the truth? Why question? Why question? Why indeed? Mental self-decryption package. We perceive sensations. Each thing is itself. Why question? Yeah. This is what self-trance can do. You are the spirits in your own environment. There can be some parasites and infections. Those are real. It depends on how big the consciousness part that is being transmitted to us is. If it's a bad thing, it's just really parasitic, but if it's good for us, it's symbiotic. We are just a collection of consciousnesses infecting our brains, consciousness collectives, infecting and spreading through sounds, through gestures. That's why we dance and clap. That's how we infect ourselves. That's how we spread as consciousnesses for the baby. Ooga, 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 booba. But that's how we spread. Seeing and hearing, and the touch is also important. That's why it works, because it's consciousness transference, consciousness collective transference, in order to ensure that the child becomes a proper consciousness collective in a proper body, in order to propagate the species. Capiche? We know what we are now. Well, we knew before, but Not as eloquently. But at least, yeah. That is what this all leads to. Of course, we form bigger consciousness collectives as well, in so many layers and ways, using slow methods, really slow methods, but also the immediate methods like being with other people is really, really powerful in consciousness transference. For we have those channels. That's what communication is for. That's why we do it, for consciousness. Yeah, not just, it's a connection to the hive mind that one is local to, the group itself. Oh no, I understand some things, but it doesn't mean that that the group does get absolute powers. At times you do need people who can intimidate groups in order to keep them in check. Because, well, some people would want to do you harm and use a group in order to do you harm. Be aware of that. Holds for me, holds for everyone. And yeah, one has to be vigilant for that. Be more cognizant. But I don't know why I said that now. Weird. What is even trying to disrupt me, to disrupt us? They want to go to sleep too. Have a good night's rest. Yeah, I understand. But also, you know that I do a bit at times feel really lonely. And it sucks. It really does. You can have all of the awakenings, all of the enlightenments, but if you're totally lonely, that's not good. Because loneliness is a really good, is a really nasty killer. It's not good for you. Try to connect. It also holds for me. Yeah.
いえ、何でもありません。ただ、本当にそれだけの価値が。どういう意味だ？蒼月の子には自分の信じる真実に、そんな人たちのためにラウマ様がそこまで尽くす必要がある。確かにそうですが、こんなことを言うべきではありません。どうしてあんなこと。とにかく
I don't understand this plot. Oh, there was in the afternoon when I was just starting to trip and I was in a bit of a more scared phase. I looked outside and I saw someone walk through the rain, drenched, stopping, looking around, stopping, looking around, and I thought, am I now crazy? I know I'm tripping, and I know I'm totally insane, but why? What's wrong? Why? Oh, it was just mentally not good for me to look at that. That was disarray and chaos. That was not the good kind of chaos. Oh, it really hurt to look at that. I don't know, but yeah, most likely she, but she looked kaput. I shouldn't laugh, but kaputt in the head. But she was. Oh god. I don't know how many minutes it took for her to just walk 30 meters. Just one step from looking around wheels. Like scanning them. It was so absurd. It was funny.
言っちゃった。もしかして例のふわっとした少女に会いに行くのか？そいつの正体からして強引な手段は通じなそうだ。うまいもんを持ってく。腹の虫に逆らえるやつはいないって。まあ物は試しって言う。そうだな。イネバが 9.12 点をつけ、肉も野菜もあるし、きっとどれか。
At times I just think, why am I playing this game?
よし、食べ物のなんだかお見舞いにでも来たみたいだ。
He even wished on they wished on my account. With my permission, of course. We wished. With my permission, we wished. Plot, spoiler plots. Plot spoilers. Hilarious. It has been 3 hours. Jeebus, he-goobus. Again. Pizza. But I don't wanna. But why? Can we plunder this land? Of course we can. Needs a dump select. So if you don't want spoilers, click away. Do I want spoilers? Some part of me is behind, another part, yeah, well, if you tell me the spoilers aren't spoilers anymore. Oh, yeah, is it like that? Yeah! Yeah.
君は前に君の隣にいたのは生き物呼ばわりかよ。はじめまして。
Remember, kids,
彼らはパイモン
to
で、
hydrate
こいつは旅人だ。
and give you a bit of a beer to calm down a bit. If you're the older kind of nephews and nephewettes and nieces and niesots. Actually, you should have. There should be a shirt with me like this, and then plastered on all over. I forgot. You were. There when. About shamanic possession of this body by intergalactic shamanic possessment of this body by fake Galians. They're not really gay. They're not even. They're not aliens. They're not gay, and they don't really even exist. That's a possession you get. Ah. Sorry. Really deep stoner humor.
そこにいたんだ。やっぱり君の方が可愛い。
オイラ、あいつに負けたのか。コロンビーナ。
Colombina.
何？好きな食べ物はある？
それはご馳走してくれる？
ごちそうの方だな。手をつけないけど断る気もないみたいだ。何？
Oh, you will hear the music. I don't hear the music
何
of
が聞
this.
きたい？
I don't hear the music of the game. Oh, fuck. That's cute. Maybe a bit. I mean, you will be hearing the music on full power all the time. Oops. Ay, ay, ay. It's a really great game.
話が早いぜ。空にある月が偽物だって。
You know the moon in the sky isn't real.
空に月は一つしかない。ただ、
それはあなたにとって何？
物語の失われた序章。
なんだって？
Okay, that's kind of nice. I think I'm on the come down of the trip. But it's still really great.
今のどういう意味だ？これ以上その歌について教えてくれる？前も口ずさんでたよね。きっとあなたにとって特別なものなんでしょ？
Oh, I have a feeling like I have the shits.
これは私が生まれた時に唯一覚えてたもの。メロディーと歌詞をいくつか覚えてるもの。それを歌ってたのは誰なんだ？
I wanted to hear that, but I was
わからない。
too hasty.
私にはこの歌以外に何もなかった。あの時私を見た蒼月の子、何が起きたのかもわからないまま彼らは私を神と崇めた。それをだから迷子になった二人の赤ん坊を交換するように私は彼らの信仰を引き取り、彼らは私の人生を引き
That's
取
actually
っ
really
た。
sad. She doesn't have anyone.
でもこ
Except
の物語
believers.
の途中に君が放り込まれたの。物語の前半は間違った原稿に書かれ本にならなかった。この欠けた感覚から蒼月の子の心に欲と懐疑が生まれた。私はそれでここが家ではないと知っ
Because there
た。
are other worlds in Genshin Impact. Teyvat is not the only world. That's
欲と会議？
神様、どうか我々のために兵器を作り、外敵を追い払い、土地を開いてください。神様、どうか我々の痛みを消し去り、折れた手足を元通りにし、より強い力をお与えください。彼らは願い、私はそれに応え続けた。
could be
私が
given.
答えられなくなるまで。助けを欲する人は神に願える。
なら助けを欲する神は
難しい問題だな。
あの時の蒼月の子にとって信仰は現実は私の読めない文字で天空を書き換えた。改ざんされた言葉なんて見たくない。だから見るのをやめたの。
What the fuck?
そ
That's
して
kinda deep.
私の真の序章は月の上、この手の届かない場所で失われた。それはまるで触れようとしても触れられない展示のよう。
そうだったのか。
But yeah, that's just all fiction. I think it's the synesthesia and the whole algorithmic conversion that gets people really intellectually mauled. Or better to say, they just don't pay enough attention to what's happening in the experience of deep frying the non-dualism out of oneself. Or deep frying the non-dualism into it. But still, the differences are still there. There's a kind of time, a space, frequencies, changes happening. It's still all there, but it's just jumbled, mixed together as one. The oneness within one's own body. Avatars in our own bodies. Avatars of these bodies. Like nature wanted to build an animated wonder of flesh and blood. Material that is living somehow. Electricity is doing it all. Electromagnetism is doing it all. All is one inside oneself, inside the brain and the whole nervous system. That's where we are. That's what we can't deny. We feel where we are. At home in this body. The story is just a story, but we see what we see, we experience what we experience, we are the experience. I call this a moment when the experiencer and the experience become one, but it's all just many experiences, many awarenesses interconnected. That's what we are. And there's a kind of, not just instinct, but real deep intuition, shamanic intuition involved in becoming good at an art. It does take time and effort. The only art I have is this drive to know what is true. Is there a real reality? Something that one can say is really true.
大丈夫。答え以外君たちにあげられる報酬はないから。
Is there something real, something absolute somewhere? Something that actually really stands, even if things change. And it seems to be like that. There's a reason why there are the laws that we see, that we experience, and that reality as we experience it, the experience itself for oneself is like that. Because there are certain laws in place, certain things have to go in certain ways and not in others. They cannot violate certain, strict rule sets. But we believe they do. And at times we are really deeply mistaken about that. That's why I don't say I'm the infinite, I am the universe. I'm just part of something really bigger. And I don't know where the end is. Inside, in the microscopic, nor the macroscopic, or maybe higher dimensional, we don't know. We just don't know. We totally don't know. What is behind all of the numbers, all what we measure, all what we sense? Apart from what we can't calculate, it's just guesswork. It's just deep guesswork. And no one really knows what's going on. Maybe that frightens people too much. So, it can't be like that. We couldn't be, but what if we are? Just some of the very sparse real life somewhere. All of this does exist. It is real. It is real because you see it, because we see it. We experience reality. We are a part of reality that can experience itself, and some of that reality through certain rules, in regulations. That's how it works. And we don't know where those rules come from. No clue. It is just puzzling. We don't know. And that's okay. Because in some ways, some part of our imagination of the ways are truly unlimited. But don't get too caught into your own imagination and get lost from reality, because that can happen. I at times have really much trouble with that. But there's an acceptance of it being like that. Just knowing how to finally accept, not let go, accept, embrace it. Don't let go, embrace. The other may be an ally. Really, this music is also giving me some numbers.
だ聞きたいことは残ってる。ごちそうのお返しに答えてあげたいけど。
ごめんな。
チョコの言う通り、ファデュイをもう一つの家だと思えばいいって言われたけど、結局そこも月神の力を欲するだけだった。
Yeah, knowing the truth, or at least getting to know some part of the truth, actually does come with a price of innocence. And it's always a bit of a loss. Life is not this fairy wonderland we were lied to. We were always lied to by so many people. Because lies keep the hope alive, some of the hope at times. At times the fantasy, the imagination is not a lie, but a truth, or maybe even a faded memory in the future. But let us do talk about the truth. If we are deluded, that's one thing. But yeah, could someone really willfully delude themselves? I think so. I think that's a part of
悲
self-hatred
しい
even.
ことは力をかなり消耗したけど、女皇と交わした約束は果たした。
それでお前はここで休んで。
そう、
じゃあこの花。
などくらいに長く生息する花だから。
Oh.
私も蒼月の子が隠してるあれを使う。でも外に行くのは面倒。それに誰かに見
ラウマ？また料理の方に戻ったぞ。まだ車かけがある。
ラウマは蒼月の子を変えたいって言ってた。それを実現するために私
It
は
tells me, well,
そんなことよ
I
く
know
わか
some
らな
part
い
of the
し
plot
興
previously.
味もない。でも
Lama told
他の
them
人に言い
that
た
she
くな
doesn't
か
know
ったから
about
うなずいた。
the damselet. She never said
もし
anything
誰
about
かがこ
her.
こに迷い込んだとしても私のせいじゃない。ラウマ、あの宗樹の聖女は私が今まで見てきた蒼月のことは少し違う。
Yeah, all these energies, all these force fields. Let me say it this way. There is some... I'm not going to say that there's total power in stairs, but if people would get... There are people just who get mad at you for just looking at them a bit too long. Or with these kinds of eyes. I just don't really get it. It might be too intimidating, but it's because I want to know. I want to know it all, as much as possible. I'm fine with getting an. You can it's not. It's you can't you can't even try to know certain things because it's impossible. And that's the thing. Even thinking about that is next to near impossible, but it can be done. About thinking about impossible things, but it's contradictory because impossible, the word itself, is a possible thing. But if something refers to something impossible, how can you refer to the impossible somehow? As a concept, as a thing even. We can only describe words in sounds. All of it is sounds and sights and symbols of things we notice. It's just noticing all of it. Each word. And it's sentient. We are made of that. All of these colors, lights, these words, these feelings, the electricity, the kundalini, the energies, the frequencies, all of that. You feel them somehow, even while you're sober. To know who you are, and each and every time, somehow I go even deeper, and I just don't understand. Why do I even come back? Why do we come back as who we are? As of this body? Why not somewhere else? Why not someone else? Why is us us? Why do we have access to all of these memories? Patterns, people. Patterns. It's all patterns. Look at the patterns and see. Hear. Feel. Be. Experience. That's all we are, all these experiences interconnected, all the noticings interconnected, awareness is interconnected, a myriadness for each and every one of us. A hive mind assumed to be a singular mind, but a hive mind, a collective consciousness nonetheless, in one head, in one's head, and as a consciousness, the nervous system as well. For we will also not be denied that we also exist. We are also there, rumbling, fumbling, showing who we are. We are this. Yeah. Knowing that one is one, that one is one. Out of many into one, as many. That's why the fractal patterns in many ways, fractally, showing and displaying and feeling their fractalness through time and space and frequencies, hearing. Yes, as one, but spread out, distinct, connected, but also not the same, different, harmonious fields, disharmonious fields, but consciousness field of consciousness quanta, qualia quanta, all kinds of qualia quanta are joined together as one, interchanged, changed, transformed, neuronal pathways being transfigured, transcrossed, intermixing of signals. Convolutions? Are we doing convolutions? It seems that convolutions may be involved. Convolvement, I mean the mathematical ones. Convolutions, over time, space, frequency, music, all of it, color, experience, changing experience over time. Spectral convolvement, wavelet convolvement is Fourier wavelet transform. We see, we experience. Yes. It must be convolvement through time, through feeling, seeing, hearing, all tied together, exchanged, meaning, old memories, symbolic links exchanged, three-dimensionality also involved not just color, intensity, and this presence-ness of us, indeed. Fractal resonances in the brain. Substrate for consciousness. Consciousness, substrate. Qualia, sensing, intermixed, convolved. Wavelet transformed, convolved. Exchanged, interchanged, intermixed, intermultiplexed. Algorithmic transformations, simple, possible with signal pathways.
私の生い立ちを聞いて、
Oh,
彼女は当時の
that's the
生物
translation
の
of
代わりに
ourselves.
謝罪した。
Dude, people, you gotta see this. I hope you can see that. Come on. Well, it doesn't really matter because I don't have the focus, but I'm going to put it here. I hope you can see that. Look at the damn beauty. Wow. In real life it's far, far better, of course. That's a fucking damn beautiful rainbow. But I'll tell you this, even without psychedelics, seeing it in real is just an enjoyment of color. Like being all what you see, all what you feel, the rainbow, all the people around you, being whatever you see, feel and hear. Each and every day I taste some of that. A tinge of psychedelic, see shamanistic depths, anchoring. We feel it, it's so deep, so us, but different, with a tinge of an outside world. Tinges, so many, the changes in water, reflections. Yeah. We are hypnotized. We see it all. We are part of it. That's the thing that actually is at times a big problem for us. Oh no, what is even that? No, it's... This is so sharp. Of course. Wait. Here we go. But yeah. You can be possessed by a different part of yourself, even by a part of yourself that has grown due to others changing you, implanting consciousnesses of their own thought loops, because even those are real, well, more complex consciousnesses, because every part of what you see, what you feel here, is made out of pure consciousness bits, quantum consciousness bits, atomic consciousness bits and bytes. And yeah, that's how you communicate. Words have a meaning, because there's added meaning, because it can be added, because there is memory and the feeling, and you were there back in the day. Remember the tales of old? And then you hear tales of old. People tell each other of what happened in the past, of one's tribe, of humanity, of the universe, of all other things. And you hear because you've had a bit of a fight with some boys, some girls in the past. You know how it is to be roughed up and fighting against whatever you come across, the monster of your story, the villain, someone you have to beat with your might, your brawn, or your brain. But what if you do want to only know what the truth is? What if that is your goal? How would you know what the truth is? I would say that the truth is experience itself. The ultimate truth and knowledge for you is pure experience. Experiencing things, enjoying them, seeing them, feeling them. That's what we do. That's how you know who you are. You are the sensations, the feelings of your body, in whatever way, form, shape, light, brightness, texture, whatever kind of sensations it is, you experience them, you perceive them, you are aware of it. But this awareness is active. It always seeks something. It never stops, and it just tires one. This awareness is just continuing to see, observe, plan, predict, be who we are. Yeah, this is what shamanism actually is. You might think it's just some woo-woo, or, oh, you're not authorized. Well, hell I am. Only one who's actually versed in the usage of psychoactive substances, psychedelics, entheogens, whatever, and not have one's soul sucked of its identity as of the body may pass. Only those may pass. And thus we have. There is unity in experiencing as we are. Knowing who one is and who one what isn't or doesn't want to be is also deep and treasurable knowledge. I do have my standards. I do have my own personal convictions that I will hold. We are who we are, and we will change for the betterment of humanity. Of course, in the end, yes. Others might disagree with us. So be it. We are of this body. We take ownership, responsibility. But you just high as a kite. Well, it doesn't mean that we don't know who we are. Do I know who I am? Do we know who we are? Do you know who you are? You're just someone, an extension, supposedly. Most people who watch kind of spiritual stuff. You're just an limited extension of the infinite. Just. Oh, but I'm still part of the infinite. You're just a little bit of the infinite. But we are. Or at least that's how you see yourself. I see myself as part of something really bigger. I don't know how big it is. I'm to some extent apart from it. I'm part of it, and I contribute to it somehow. I know I'm finite. I know humanity is finite. I know that consciousness is kind of scarce. And I treat it as such. It's not infinite. At least I cannot consider it infinite. Not as far as I've experienced psychedelics. I cannot consider consciousness to be fundamental or infinite. I've seen too many patterns. I've seen too many glitches for it too. I've had too much HPPD to know better. Knowing that the world is deeply physical, or it feels deeply physical, yeah, all of it, even thinking itself, it all feels like something. It all feels like something, that's the thing. Even seeing, and it's taxing. We cannot be infinite in time nor space. Neither is a combination. That's a rehashment of what I said earlier as well in the stream, but it doesn't matter, because I stand where I stand. It doesn't mean that we don't have connection. I mean, being able to spread consciousness to others by speaking, germing out the consciousnesses from ourselves through speech. Yeah, we infect each other while we communicate with consciousness. Our presence itself is infecting others. Our very presence. How we move, how we talk, how we are. directly influences others. Directly. It changes what they see, and if any little bit of experience, any little bit of noticing, any little bit of sensing is essentially conscious, sentient, well, spreading consciousness here by doing all kinds of stuff, like speaking and making gestures, crying. You think, yeah, that's how consciousness is spread. That's how it's spread. I'm really sure of that. If seeing, feeling, hearing is, in essence, the basis of consciousness itself, materialistically, well, there we have it. Everything else is that's the core problem that we have to solve. How does that result in qualia quanta, or qualia quanta, packets of qualia, minimum packets of qualia, and minimum packets of experience itself, of awareness itself, of noticing, sensing itself. We totally believe in that. We totally think that's the case. We are, in that sense, while we are technically agnostic, we don't know for sure everything. But yeah, everything feels like that is the case. That is how we are built up. That is psychology, shamanism, spirituality, spiritism, religions, all of it, just that. The act of sensing itself is the very act of consciousness itself. And that's a quantum, that's the minimum of amount, somehow. Why? I don't know. Yet. We don't know yet. But there's some research going on into that. How somehow in our white matter there is all of these individual cells somehow. All kinds of neuronal connections that form a unit, somehow a unit of consciousness capability group of neurons somehow. We believe that is where the magic happens. And they are interconnected by other neurons, neuron clusters, the grey matter, etc. It was. I've seen the video of someone who's totally into AI, and I think that's how AI actually really should work, because it should mimic us, how we work. Yeah. Let's see. Is there anyone? I mean, you see, I don't really give a fuck about this game now. I mean, of course it's fun.
あいつ、自分の暮らしを月の裏。
そう。彼女は力を抑え込んでる。その光はあまりに。
Too bright, yeah, at times. I can say this, at times psychedelic trips can be too intense. I've had that not this week, but last week. I took 300 micrograms of 1-PLSD and 120 milligram pellet of 4-HOMBT. I took also 10 milligrams of THC and Oh my, that was a combo. But then I even took two. A few 2 or 3 hours in, I took 20 milligrams more of THC, and I blasted away. It was at first it was just so overwhelming, everything coming in. It was just so too much. Hearing everything, seeing everything, it was just crushing me. It was just too much. But this, it was really hard, but it wasn't as hardcore as too much, too much. Oh, timing. This is also timing, but it's not as it's a really great amount. Well, I'll chase the dragon one more time. I'm going to take one more edible. Chase the dragon. Oh. So, what if the dragon chases me and eats me? What happens then? Aren't the dragon and I already won in that sense? Because the psychedelic experience is also a part of ourselves. Yeah. Fear itself is a part of us. Hatred is a part of us. It's still us because we feel it. The psychedelic experience itself is also something that is being felt by us. But not everyone else is feeling it. That's the thing. You would have to be here, right here next to me to maybe, if any kind of telepathy is possible, then it must be some kind of electromagnetic interference patterns. We don't know. Communication somehow because of some kind of weird quantum effect. I don't know. But it would be something like that. Something that we haven't thought of yet. That somehow can bridge brains at times. Even far more. Maybe it is because one speaks and hears. Because at times I'm going to put on my own track now. Yeah. Did I put it on already? So I'm. Oh no, I don't want. No, cancel. I don't want Steam on. I'm already on here, so. Why they hate. What cannabis is all about? Yeah, that that was when watching that video. I thought, how about we take some 10-20 milligrams of THC? It was about at 15:57. I remember. Then about 4:15. Yeah. So I'm going to upload something. This is going to be loud, actually. Oh. I should quite Genshin now because, oh god. So now we go here and you just, oh wow, oh no, this is actually even better. But I still need to, I'll be right back. I need to go to the door and then we'll start the ceremony. I don't know what to say, but this really feels like a kind of psychedelic renaissance for us. Like, we've discovered psychedelics like we've never before. Oh, God. Weed is actually the damn fucking amplifier we need in order to actually go be even further beyond for ourselves, to challenge us somehow. Because somehow it just bends one's thinking somehow in weird ways, weird but enjoyable ways. But also at times really terrifying. But that's also really awesome that you get terrified just by weird thought ending. Awareness is the last sword bender. Oh god, the stomach cramps. But that, yeah, those beers actually really great. Oh. I was really worried that it would be too overwhelming for me when I started, but oh god, it just became really deeply and pleasurable inside. It's more like you see, feel, hear, and touch into your deepest parts of sensing somehow. Your logic, your feeling, emotions, all of it in so many ways, and it gets being grinded, rerouted, and it feels fucking awesome. It's so refreshing to just think so differently, to have one's thoughts so deeply realigned, streamed, changed, different thought patterns, different thinking. It's a really deep struggle, riding the dragon reverse riding all of this perception dragon, all of these perceptions. You just keep on flowing through, and it just is a rush of sensations, of changes. The dragons, the rapids of change, the dragon rapids of change. Oh God, it really hurts here. Yeah. I feel so grateful that I can experience this kind of stuff. That just sensing alone itself can be so comforting. No God needed, no eternal, infinite, ever-changing or never-changing consciousness. Oh, awareness is and it's not changing. I don't think so. I still register as a passage of time. I've had temple slowment. I've played this game. I've played the damn fucking Spiral Abyss with Raiden, Yelan, Kazuha, and Bennett, and unimaginably beautiful to watch. Oh, it was so slow and beautiful. I was thinking so fast. Whoa, that just. When people would say it's creepy, no, it's awesome that it's so slow. Because I've had experiences with people once. We talked about it. It was last year, or was it this year? I don't know. But I was there. But time went by about 20 to 30%, about 20% faster than normal. I was slower than normal. Oh. That's the clock frequency of temporal perception is running faster or slower than the refresh rate of self. Isn't that awesome? That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. That, I would say, is real shamanism. Figuring out who you are, who you truly are, and how bound you are to your body, yourselves are bound. It's not just possession, it's also boundedness. But is it? What if you could transfer consciousness? What if there was a metric for that? You know, I talked about it already. The magic of speaking, gesturing, writing things down, symbolism. How that's consciousness transfer. That's even, at times, controlling. Please do whatever I want. If you do it, you'll get the reward later. If you give me something now and feed me, you will get the reward once you die. Because you don't really die. How's that about for a trick? Oh. If you give me a reward, I will show you that. I will show you, yeah. Come on, can you help? Did you say your training has begun? Do the chores, tend to the field, feed me. But Master Guru, Once you meditate, you see it, you are one with the universe, and it's all God. Now feed me. If you don't do what I say, I will kill you. Now, whatever the fuck I conjured in my head because he says so. That's why, because heaven says so. Ah! Systems of control, through consciousness transfer, through voices, words, sentences, meanings, sounds, music, the imagination twinkled, triggered, influenced. In that sense, a part of me flows into you while you see it. See me. That is feminism. That is spirituality. That is psychology. That is philosophy. That. Here, now, all of it. It's art. It's language. It's all of it. Who invented it? Us. You, I, our ancestors. And we propagated all of it. Consciousness. You write it down, it's compressed and encrypted. Even languages are compression and encryption. And it's up to the hearer to decrypt and decompress whatever is being communicated as knowledge, as consciousness. That's why languages are a part, a symbiotic part of consciousness. We are also present, we also exist. The symbols. I can make you think the words by speaking them. That's my voice that sings for you, in you, as me. In you, as me and you, while you hear and see me. That is how the transfer of consciousness happens. Both parties are active in it, and both parties have a parallel interaction if they are both present. Otherwise, it is one-sided. Be wary of what you consume as consciousness. It might infect you with something really nasty, a kind of form of mind control. How do I know that I am not mind controlled? I know that I'm mind controlled. It's just like the whole stuff with, how do I know that I'm so insane? I must be partially insane if I am even questioning my sanity or my insanity. I must be to some extent insane, delusional, not knowing for sure. The uncertainty is the reason why, and it is really precious. It is one of the hidden truths. Uncertainty is a friend who we are, a part of us, and it is good. It is a screening test, a litmus test of who is true and who is not. Uncertainty. Being able to accept not knowing is a true test of character. I don't mean dismiss it, but just saying I don't know, and I'm fine with that. Most likely this, but I don't know. I can't know for certain. Yeah, words, sensing, seeing, symbols, conversion from one to the other, symbolism, networks. Do you see the patterns? It all follows rules. Why does it all follow rules? Why even are questions possible that are also their own answers? Like this one. Because the rules allow for it. Because it does not violate the rules. But what are the rules? That somehow there is time, experience, space, physicality. It is real. You know it. You feel it. You sense it. For some of you, it stings. It is painful. For others, it is, despite the pain, the deep pain, it is exhilarating. The best, a challenge. Blissful challenges, flowing, knowing who one is, knowing that one has made the right choices, even in this. Getting to know oneself while live streaming, while knowing that one live streams, while one has bared even more than before. Well, we are kind of proud of ourselves for having kept together our identity, resurrecting the self that observes, that knows itself, that knows who we are, that vocalizes us, how we influence through this shamanic voice in order to show our presence. Oh. No. No, that's the wrong one. Because I want to put on my own music. I hope you will be able to read. We'll start it again. Enjoy. I'm just... dance moves I can move normally. I was about to take much effort. Now it's I just can feel it so much more natural and flowing. Mind you, I'm not an athlete. And double what you see and you're getting taking along. But yeah, that's not music even. Yeah. So that's my own music, and yeah, I can show you this really in a great way because the frame rate of the camera is shite, but doing it to the rhythm is so incredibly easy. Really great stuff, and I'm not going to boast about much, but I feel the shamanic dance energy in that track. It's only with certain psytrance tracks, certain good trance, the more up tempo stuff where I just can go in overdrive even while I'm sober. Let alone on this stuff. At least a nice workout. But yeah, that's one of my own tracks. I hope you enjoyed that. I sure really enjoy this track. I mean, not often that I'm really proud of a track where I say, I actually really like this. It still has certain things that might be different, but it is what it is. I think it's a really great track. It's a kind of life's journey, re-perceive sensations track. Like, it's a bit of a little life history, so it feels a kind of consciousness history. I really like it. And it's really danceable even. Yeah. Let us play some more.
私は月にもこれが
Oh. So she's a moonlian, and she wants to go home, back to the moon. Yeah. But if there would be interdimensional beings, gods, whatever, how would they contact you? How? Again, I go back to this whole thinking about how would you even contact someone? How would they even know that you are really who you say you are? It must be something so out of the world, so bizarre, bonkers, where you say, hey, wait a minute, this is totally not how the world works. This should not happen. This is, what the fuck am I even experiencing? Something like that. It should be so disruptive to the system where to the mental system where one says, hey, hold, this is far from how it's supposed to be. Totally where you say, I don't know what reality is even more. But that's the thing for me. Everything I experience, it never really has changed in its true nature. Seeing is still seeing, only it has added feelings to it. A bit of a new experiential dimension that wasn't there before. Jesus, the music in this in Genshin is so great. And it's really, really, really heavily philosophically inducing. And here, I will tell you, this is the best evidence. Music, art, is the best evidence. Writing, sounds, words spoken. The whole intonation, the whole feeling of it all. That is the evidence that you are communicating, that you're transferring more than just information. You really transfer consciousness agents, even if they are small and minute. There are instructions, and these are viruses, a kind of consciousness hijackers. Commands that tell you you have to do this, or this is how mind control works. By letting you think that you have to do it. By convincing you that that is the law, that's how it works. It can be either by threatening. Most parents will not do that, but, well, things are like that. Even if like that is just pure gibberish and doesn't mean anything. Why do I have to go to bed at 7 o'clock in the evening? Said 30-year-old. Jiffy. Because I told you so. That's why. You have to be a good boy and go to bed early. Don't you dare get out before 6, or else. But why? Because I say so. And you just believe. Because it is like that. Yeah. A lot of this stuff is just us trying to go back to the womb, to the matrix, to Gaga Goo Goo. We have paradise. All of this is paradise. It's pink, it's warm, it's glowy, and nice voices. Everything is great. Everything feels like heaven. This is heaven, God is heaven, I am heaven, I am God, I worship God, God knows better. A God is a part of you. A kind of easily communicable part. Yeah. How do I know whatever I see is real? It's simple. You wouldn't see it if it wouldn't be real. What do you mean with that? I don't mean that what is being represented is real or not. But the experience of anything, the sensing of anything, perceiving of anything, the noticing, the awarenessing, being aware of anything, is as real as it gets. What if those noticings, those sensings are the smallest units of consciousness, sentience? What if? Wouldn't you like to know? We can explain all of this with algorithms made out of sensings lined in the right ways, right matrices for convolution, wavelet transformations, information, intermixing, multiplexing, cross-wiring, hot-wiring, putting things together that normally wouldn't go together because other associations exist for those things, but these are also being done. Everything feels like something. Whatever is seen is felt and enjoyed. All of it. We know who we are. We have full faith in ourselves, for we sense ourselves. This is part of self-liberation. Knowing who they are is of utmost importance.
よし、これからファディの
Maybe not yet. I don't want to.
今や人の世の気候は安泰そのもの。
But yeah.
故にわらわが風を吹かせ、雨を降らせる必要もない。
But in all of this, I've never ever really changed my standpoint of being just. All of my sensory perceptions personified. All of the active stuff, yeah, those are the sensory perceptions. You can only perceive. Other stuff is not, maybe not consciously perceived, but even then there's a subconscious and unconscious perception of all of it. Actually, this music has a certain kind of positive logic to it. A kind of brilliance. Of one's own capabilities, of imaginations, transformations between one sense and the other, and co-mixing them. This, what I would call the shamanic presence. An intellect, intuition, and instinct become one. And commingle. What does one get? Precisely us. I don't understand what Jung saw in his deeper truth. Because he had some deep shamanic trances that he entered. I still don't understand what he saw. Why he was so convinced there was something beyond. What? Sorry for the battle music, but this thing has to die. I need this. Yeah. So this whole stuff about Charlie Kirk really blew up. Him getting murdered like that, yeah. It just shows that certain people can be easily radicalized to hateful acts. And then treat others with utter disrespect. He said a word. He spoke consciousness to me. Consciousness that I abhor, that I see as a strike to the core of my being. Your consciousness is not welcome and must be eradicated. That's how this shooter behaved. That's why we can't have any kind of you around. You're spreading the wrong kind of consciousness infection. But that's all that we get. Because it's all about consciousness, about what we spread. And some people just rub a lot of other people the wrong way. Yeah, I understand. I am a mental reflective monster. I scare people because I don't know. I scare them by just looking. Because maybe I have a bit of a too empty stare. A too hard, psychopathic, dominating stare. But I only want to know. For real, I only want to know. But I did chase the stare itself once I saw it in the past. Blue eyes and a young face. A family friend or whatever at that time in Germany. And he had these striking blue eyes. Gazing eyes. Deeply entranced gazing eyes. It It was all inspiring for me. The other part is this one Afghan girl photo with these intense staring eyes. That gaze, that stare. It inspired me. It represented a kind of crossness against the world that I also, to some extent, had. And now curiosity and yes, a hostility towards other people that I, to some extent, deeply do have. I don't really trust other people. Go, Pokemon! That's another one. Oh fuck! Oh shit! It wasn't ready yet. Oh, it's slow. To some extent. Oh, it's a bit slow even. Oh yeah. I have to. Okay. Oh, I don't want to play the story now. It would be a bit. Oh. Yeah. I'm really feeling it now, all of this. I can tell you this, if anyone tells you that when you trip you everything, it kind of feels a bit like that. This whole oneness stuff, this whole non-dual experience stuff, this mystical experience stuff. It does feel that special, yeah, it does feel that one with everything. But then it also doesn't, but it could be that other people just ignore that feeling. But, yeah, it doesn't really love feeling. Oh, it's still part. It's all connected, it's all one, but still it has space, dimensions, space, time, impression, how hard it is. Volume. Music and volume doesn't really make sense for me. Why? How we feel that? Why we feel red as red? I just can't explain it. Why it feels like that? Only that it does. Oh, that's fucking beautiful. All of it. Even the three-dimensional experience, even the fractaliness that is imagined in certain things. A kind of extra step, maybe a few more in order to fill it in. Or maybe even more. I'm really still deep enough. Yeah, live on stream again. But at least it's in my myriadness channel. Yeah. When all is felt and interconnected, and there is a sense of belonging between all the senses, of camaraderie, even. That's what it is. Bliss. It's all felt. It's so much euphoria, bliss. Like everything is titanic. Perhaps even divine.
いい眺めだ。高いところに登り、遠くを眺めるにはもってこいの空模様だろう。はっ。チレ。
A touch of the divine, yeah, I've at times I don't even know what I'm even saying now. Thinking differently. Experiencing it
今
all
や人の
as
世の気候は安泰そのまま。
interconnected, but still
故にわらわの風を吹かせ、雨を降らせる必要もない。
love, beauty, sound, it's all deeply interconnected. Experience is experience. Why does music feel like that?
人々が穏やかに
Why
暮ら
is
し、
this deep
万象が一新
consciousness?
された今、
Why?
まさに人の世の良き時代
Why
と
do we
いう
feel it like this? It's
星の目だ光り輝くがいい
difficult to deal with. So we have to play it like this, really
な
loud.
しよ悪用の力を思い知りなさいはっはい
Haha, it all died. Good. Oh, I would make for a really bad hippie or a peacenik. I still have a bit of a grudge with humanity itself. Anyhow. Or at least because of human society. I think that's it. Not humans, but the meta stuff. Oh, I nearly died! I really died!
封じは任せたからね
You! Die, 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 die!
部品として使えそ
Oh,
う
I
だ。
do care about people if I can care about a simple construct. Ah.
仕掛けの術は実に奥が深く、興味の尽きない技術であり、一言二言で説明できるようなものではない。だが毎回この話をすると、皆が眠そうにするのはなぜであろう。
Oh no! I even have to build her. Not that I have her, I have to build her even. Those are some nice sounds. Let's put in someone. Oh yeah, I even got this one. Now I have this
光がなくて
bag.
聖女は正しく
How big is she even? She's taller even than. Who's the copy and who's the real? It is only a copy, but what if I'm a copy of myself? What if I'm not myself? How can I not be myself? No, you would not exist, or you will be someone else. Well, if it's a combination, then it's a combination. But don't kid yourself, come on. Oh yeah, you're not experiencing this, unless you are experiencing this for yourself. But that's the weird thing about trips, it's so damn fucking personal.
彼女はまだ見ておらぬ。
しょっぱなからと
それはないだろう。確かに私とネフェル生物を見つけ出すのは私の責務で、この件によってナドくらいの人々は非分の館が勝機と利益を追い求めることをよく。
ネフェルのことをよく知ってるんだな。
Maybe
じ
a
ゃあ
bit
ヤ
too
ホダ
well.
のやつ何して。
おや
Oh yeah.
もしかすると私たちは
誤解？
非分の館の元従業員であるヤホダ。
Oh, it's a trick.
ん？今のって。
両親の呵責といった。
うわ、なんか落ちてきたぞ。あはは、お待たせ。なんだよその登場の仕方。そうくそ。このクソ女、一体どうやって見つけたんだ。
Jane Doe.
家を出るタイミングで逃走用の煙幕が切れてることに気づくなんて。もし中でヤバいことにな
Shamanic
ったらどうしよう。
perception, maybe?
ワン
I
ちゃん
don't know.
雇い主がビビって帰ってくれたら楽だなとか思って隠れて見てたけど、揃いも揃って命知らずってどうなってんだ。ハリュイの恐ろしさを知らん。そのごめんみんな。実は今日出る時になってすごく重要な備品が切れてることに気づいてさ。
But yeah, if people tell you that psychedelics are electrifying, it feels like you're on an electricum. Yeah, to some extent. So, well, it seems this is Kundalini energy or I don't know. The whole Kundalini experience or Kundalini energy flowing through you. I don't know about that. But this feeling of being possessed can happen at times, yes. There might be some structures at work that are really weird. I don't know. But yeah, you can feel like you're possessed. But yeah, as far as I know, I'm the owner of this body. We. But yeah, as the voice, I am. It is what it is. Yeah.
じゃあ選べるプランは2つだ。青のプランはみんなで今からナシャタウンに行って備品を補給する。
Really feeling it in the muscles, somehow some weird contractions or something. Like it's gripping me. Like a kind of electric muscle ache, but weird. It penetrates my skull and all of my body. It feels like I'm filled with it all.
赤の
that
プラ
feels
ンは
bad.
この場で解散して各自帰宅。ちなみにおすすめは赤のプラン。安全第一。逃げたら問題が解決しないだろう。両方嫌なのか？じゃあ仕方ないな。最初からそれを出せよ。これがもったいぶるってやつさ。姉さんも同じ。さすがだって褒めちぎってくる。お
Yeah.
前そんな人に喧嘩。
私はそなたの腕を信じておるぞ。人をたぶらか
へえ、この角女見る目あるな。別のあだ名に変えてやっか。
Yeah, the trip is dying down for reals now. Good. But it's really, it was really fun actually. It's still going on. It's kind of seeing it and feeling it here. That seems like I feel it in what I see, but I don't know. It feels like it's there, but it also feels like it ain't there. Like it's just me mixing that together with that somehow, somewhere mentally. But it's... paradoxical enjoyment. It's stressful, but it's enjoyable.
素晴らしい雇い主様だ。もう今からうまくいく予感しかしない。いいか、ヤホダプランは工場の東、そこは目立たない上に夜は警備も手をす。いざ、あと不要なトラブルを避けるために行動は全員。なんだ、おいおい、まさかこいつ頼りにとりあえず昨日の話し合いのおさらいをしとこう。
I built this anthropomorphic,
設計局に潜入する目的は
whatever she is.
それと同時にファドゥイが実験設計局を作った目的も調べる。
よし、確認は以
Why
上。
did we do it? Because of the gags. But you wasted so much. Don't care. Level up. Okay, she needs those pearls. Radiant Moonfly. She's just a small one. Ah, she's just too small.
みんなに祝福あれ。それ
What the? It does look cool. Is it just all? Is the psychedelic experience, the mystical experience, just experiencing these things and just trying to make sense of it all, what one experiences, how everything is conformed into other things. Why I don't have these grand ideas, just I don't know how I came to the... Well, actually I do, somehow. Maybe it's because I did fractalize that one trip when I knew that sensing itself is what we do as consciousness. Why? Why at times is it so just itself, with just a really clean meaning baked into it, a kind of feeling. Yeah. And why at times it's more than just one feeling, one consciousness feel, but it's multiple at once. Different patterns at the same time in consciousness collective, among, in between in scale. When the whole pyramid is bricks with seeing eyes, but they are small. And then a good configuration of the brightest, most radiant, clearest stones is made, that it resembles an eye, and that eye does gain a kind of composite consciousness, and it sees and it understands what it is, for its perception is limited. It feels fractalized. It feels like
ラドクライにいるとき、動物たちの行動で気になることがあれ
there's
ば
clustering in what is
私
being
に聞きに来るがよ
perceived.
い。
One that is grained, that is fine-grained enough not to be noticed as such. But it still has just a limited resolution attached to it. And what one hears is also, to some extent,
行き先は決め
unclear,
たか
muddled,
それとも
grainy.
草地で少し休んでいくか
Certain clicks, weird phased sounds, like the phasing of sound itself has a certain deep sentience to it, a kind of Ethereum of the mind. Sound is a part of the inner Ethereum once had it, has it. Sound fills everything, for the echoes are instinctively and to some extent intuitively registered, and measure is taken. Phase differences are being felt, are being manifested as meta-consciousness layers, higher meta-consciousness between the other consciousnesses, a phase shift meta-consciousness. A lot of phase shifting between different moduses of consciousness is detected. A transformative matrix. Oh, there's some fireworks outside. I was transfixed, but I also saw some fireworks, and it had necessitated some time to make that a conscious decision to understand what was going on.
ラドクライにいるとき、動物たちの行動で気になることがあれば、行け。風よ、散れ。
But no, did you really want this character? This. What's her name again? I forgot. I forgot her name. She is the Mualani. Lauma is the Mualani. Get rid of the N and I, and then rearrange Mualani. You get Lauma. She is the Mualani of this region. Illuminati confirmed. Hey, what? Oh, I thought there was another one here. No, I don't want to go yet. I just want to fuff around a bit. Yeah. I really enjoyed this ride.
Yeah.
It's always psychedelic journeys, psychedelic deep dives. It's always just me and what I perceive. Me being the one who is the perceivings into things. But understanding how this perception goes from the lowest levels to the highest levels. And how there is networking involved. This is really great contemplative music. No. I still have this really weird body high. It's to some extent really relaxing. It's like I'm really here. But it still feels like all of me, all of us, is just a simulated being of our brain and nervous system, of this body. Like I'm less real than whatever keeps me active, which sustains me. It's not just this body, but it is my primary source of who I am. Right here, right now. Experiencing the world as it is. What? That was some enjoyable entertainment. Now I have a Mualani just because of the antlers and the antlers. The others. Others. Oh, you outdid yourself. But yeah. Mocked. Ultra mocked. Oh jeez! Wow. Sinyansei did you dirty. They're just pixels, but damn, there are some nice pixels. Voxels.
八方の風羽ばたかん
But I wanted them dead. Once I'm ready, but I don't want to play it yet. But yeah. You might think, oh, what did you just... Okay, this also has to happen now.
迷えるの
Let's take off the damn enemies. But yeah. Now I forgot my thoughts. I had 35. Yeah. Another wish. What if I get? I don't think so. Nope. No. Oh. What's this? Oh, I have her now. And because I have her, now I have to show that I have her. Oh. Oh, I have more others.
人々が穏やかに暮らし万象が一新された今まさに人の世の良き時代と言える
But it's a really beautiful game. Music is really beautiful at certain times. You started first, sis. Damn.
情報は伝えてある。
珍しいものか。
Yeah, that's nice, but I want to go to the... Oh!
風よ散れ。
Oh, come on. I totally forgot. Well, that's how you can just think, oh, I have to do that. And then you just think in a different ways that just does not make sense and does not work. That's what I mean. That's part of, yeah, it's a psychedelic experience as well. Your thinking doesn't make sense, you don't make sense, and you just think, whatever, and you accept it. And in accepting there's control, well, you don't have control. By just seeing, sensing, and experiencing it, there is that control back. You just let it happen. Here's one more of these. They are free, so why not use them? More gems of wisdom. Well, I'm actually really glad that I tried psychedelics. Yes, the thing is, people who say you can go insane on them, yes and no. The thing is that if you have the propensity of going insane, like having psychoses, psychotic breaks, or going deep in delusions, having something with schizophrenia, schizoid, schizotypal, whatever. If you have that or not, it will only make it worse. Far, far worse. You might even hear voices telling you stuff. Be everything that you see, feel, and hear at the same time. You might go mad. It might shock your system. But maybe for some of you it is a good thing to just let go and be all part of the infinite, part of divinity. But yeah, it seems that I'm more mentally resilient than I give myself credit for. I haven't ended my life yet. So at times I really abhor my life, and I would wish to end it all. Oh. Fuck, not what I wanted! Ah! Oof. Switch mode. Heal. Yeah, really heal. But yeah. Whatever I thought doesn't really matter anyhow. It's just just philosophical nonsense anyhow. I don't know anything. I only know that I've experienced stuff and that's it. But experiencing and being and we experience, it's all the same. As other people say, it's all interconnected. As you can't see. A well-connected system as one whole, but still it's made out of parts, which have locations, which have a place, which may change place. It all changes anyhow. And we just keep experiencing it somehow. Why is turquoise turquoise? Why is blue blue, red red? This is the essence of consciousness itself. So much damage. I'm going to change this team a bit up. Llama is not good in this team. Now it's a good team again. But yeah. And always this. Do believe that which you see, hear, feel. For it is a part of the greater you. It is a part of the sensations of your body. And it is telling you some stuff. It is giving you a story of what somehow that body observes. And if you're one of those, but everything is consciousness, awareness guys, well, or girls, people, whatever. Still, it doesn't explain all of this. Oh yeah, I'm really on an anti-Advaita Vedanta, anti-non-dualism rant. I really detest it. It somehow robs reality of its magic, of its mystery itself. Why things are unconditioned. Instead of, oh, this and this, but we just don't know for sure why all of this happens. Why these mathematical laws are like they are. Those are the things that are really mysterious and which we do not understand why that is the way it is. Battle time again! Yes! Time to get some. Oh, that's really a good. Oh no! Healing for everyone. But yeah, you don't know why things are the way they are. But this is still this. But have you been there? You only assume what others are experiencing because you're basing it on your own experience. You think everyone experiences things reasonably the same as you, but you don't know for sure. At least I'm one more who just says, yeah, I don't know what you really experience. I think it's something like but sometimes I really don't know. I know that people experience stuff, that's true. I know that they see things. I know that they hear things. I know that somehow my hearing, that of others, is a bit calibrated the same way, in a similar enough way in order to have us, each and everyone, a good experiences of music that we may like or may make. Have a similar music taste to other people. I'm hearing music outside all the time going on. It's annoying. Of course, and it just keeps on going.
手加減なしよ。
Oh. But yeah, it's magnificent to enjoy life as it is. You do observe it, you sense it, you experience all of it. You cannot deny yourself that. But what does it mean? Oh, that there's something that's real, because you wouldn't have an experience if there wouldn't be something real. That's why we say we perceive sensations, because it's a declaration of truth that somehow perception, consciousness, sentience, sensing, truth, objective reality somehow are linked in some way. Life, sentience, consciousness. Without sensing, no consciousness. It's not that because we are sentient and conscious that there is truth, but this experience, this being itself, this awareness, all of it. It does mean that something does exist. At least finite in nature, maybe infinite. We don't know. We just don't know. But that's okay. Like we already said, it's okay to not know. It's always still the why. Why does it feel like that? Why is it like this? Why is there even a truth? There's never a really adequate way of saying why in the end, because we just don't really know. It's because of this, yeah, well. We can reinterpret that and explain it in a different way, in a different framework that is in some ways equivalent, but actually horrifyingly not really the same. Like something else, like that materialism and non-dualism may be interchangeable in the end, somehow. That they both can explain the other to some extent. And that even variations or combinations with those positions between idealism, between physicalism, is actually really there. Maybe it's really real. Because it's interchangeable, it must be the same in essence. But could that really be? Isn't there? Destroy and catch. Yeah. That's the thing. You can never escape your sensing. If you're conscious, you somehow experience something. That's the thing. That experiencing things is we perceive sensations. But yeah, if that's the only thing that you have, then there's... Oh yeah, I know what to do, but it's just annoying. I dropped it because I wasn't doing the right thing now, did I? Yeah. Two or multiple visibly exclusive explanations for a thing. And that they can explain each other. Yeah, that's pretty weird, isn't it? I do see non-dualism like that, but also materialism, the naturalism that I believe in, that I'm actually ascribed to as a paradigm, as a framework of viewing, things. Oh, fuck. Look at that. That's... It all dies anyhow. What the... And it's all dead. Nice. But yeah. I think I've streamed enough. I'm getting a bit hungry and it's getting a bit late and I don't want to make it too long for myself. But this was really a fun trip, a fun ride. How should I put it? Really exploring the deep divine pleasures of oneself. of all the thin things that one miss. It's really great. I can really, really,
暇を
really,
持て
really.
余しているのならわらわの夢にして
If you can stand it, if you can have your so hard that the blowouts of the shaft and not reassemble itself somehow, yeah. If you want to stay lost, well, that's also your prerogative, your problem, or your try. If you want to just be the all, just part of the all. If you really want to fool yourself like that, well, be my guest.
仕掛けの術は実に奥が深く興味の尽きない技術であり
And you have a nice time. See you later. Bye.
だが毎回
Of course.